Hello, sunshine. Hello, sunshine. Welcome back, TGIF. I am so happy it's Friday. I've missed you so much, and I am bringing you the most iconic deal of the day. Now, this was on sale before. We've done this deal of the day, and I actually was in one of the videos, so you can swipe to the right to see me in the video, and I really regretted not buying this. I've been thinking about this card game literally every week. Every time I'm at a party, I'm like, I wish I had this on me. It is the Actually Curious card game. I seriously had a housewarming last week, and they were like, does anyone have a card game? And I was like, if I bought the deal of the day months ago, I would, but I didn't. So today, I'm telling you, don't have the regrets that I have. My one regret in life was not buying this card game. So luckily today, I am not missing the deal of the day because it's 30% off, which is an incredible deal. And we have the founder here, which we're gonna play the game with him. So excited. So I wanna introduce Michael, the founder of Curiosity Lab, creator of Actually Curious, which is our deal of the day, and the author of Power of Empathy. And these card games are all about empathy and just getting to know people and their souls and deeper connections. Hi, Michael. Thank you so much for joining us today. Oh, okay. 1 second. So I am just going to pull out. Oh, there we go. Okay, now I can
Can you
hear
hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you
Yeah.
great. Amazing. Yay. Okay. So, so which card game came first?
Yeah. So, of the ones that we're featuring today, the first deck that came out, which is actually our second deck, is called the Happy Hour Edition. It's the vibrant pink deck. It explores the things that makes us happy. It's also our top seller. And I just love that deck. It's perfect for date night. It's perfect for your own self-reflection routine. I like to have it for even when I'm on the plane flying around the country. I like to have it in case there's someone I want to have a conversation with and share a bit about Actually Curious. So I see you have it right in front of you.
I have it. I feel like this is so great if you're going on like a date or you want to like get a deeper connection with someone, turn that situationship into a relationship. This might be the game for you. So,
100%. Yeah.
should
And
we should we ask each other a question?
yeah, I'd love that.
Okay.
This is actually this game. Even like Jessica Alba has played this game and featured it on her IG, which is pretty cool.
Wow, that is so cool. I love that. And I saw that Pharrell is an investor. How did that come about? That is so cool.
Yeah, I mean, in 2022, I mean, I've been doing all this work and investing in myself, believing in myself, playing the game Actually Curious, and finding my blind spots around my own self-belief and imposter syndrome. And I overcame that
Wow.
in 2022 and decided to submit for the Pharrell Williams Black Ambition Prize
Wow.
competition. I competed with over 2,000 Black and Latin owned businesses and was one of 30 companies to win that year. So
That's
definitely
amazing.
really amazing.
Oh my God,
Amazing to have
2,000
Pharrell
people.
be a
That's a
part of this
lot.
movement.
Yeah. Caroline B says, love to see it. Me too. That's incredible. Good for you. That's amazing. Wow. Yay. So, this is the first game, and it's all about empathy and just getting to know people better. So, shall I have you pick a card? I'll go like this, and then you can tell me when to
Yeah.
stop.
All right.
Dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun, dun,
That's
dun.
exactly how I do it too. Stop.
Okay. This is the card. It's happening. What is your favorite city in the world? Describe it so well that we want to move there. Ooh, good question.
Ooh, that is a good question. And I visited a lot of cities on my journey of spreading Actually Curious and seeking curiosity. And so it's kind of hard for me to pick. I don't do favorites a lot, but I will pick one for the sake of this show, which is Copenhagen, which is where my wife is
Ooh,
from. Yeah, Copenhagen, beautiful city
wow.
in the Scandinavian region, the Nordic region. And what's beautiful about it, the summers, the days are really long. The city's super clean. It's old, beautiful city, and like you could walk the city alone or with a friend or with a partner for
Oh,
days and play actually
that's
curious
beautiful.
happy hour edition would be perfect. The museums are amazing. And then the other really amazing time that I've kind of been there and I recommend if you're thinking about taking my recommendation and visiting is New Year's. New Year's is such an amazing time to go there as a young person. You can find a party that suits you, or you can just like take roadies and yeah, you can walk around the city and have fun, basically.
Well, I'm sold. That sounds amazing. I've always wanted to go there. So that is amazing. And you met your wife there?
How about you, Renee?
Ooh,
We actually
me?
met in my home city of New York. But yeah, I would love to hear
Oh, cool.
what's your favorite city in the
I
world?
really loved Marrakesh in Morocco. It was
Mm.
amazing. They speak a lot of French there, which so do I, and I have family who've lived there. So it was really cool being there. The desert is gorgeous. There's camels. I love camels so much. I actually rode a camel when I was there. And it's just so beautiful. The old city is just incredible. It's just the most beautiful, magical place. So
Oh
that's
man,
that's
well,
my
I
favorite.
definitely want to visit now. I think I always have. I feel like I know something about textiles in Marrakesh that I
Yes,
want to.
yeah, the rugs, the carpets. Oh my gosh, everything there was absolutely stunning. It was so beautiful.
So,
Hey, that was a good
should we?
question. Nice.
Yeah. See,
This
you
is
could have had that
fun.
at your housewarming party, but
I know, I
you
know.
didn't grab the deal when you could, when
I
you could have
didn't.
done
So
it.
don't make the same mistake as me. I've made all the mistakes in life, so you don't have to. Don't mess this up. This is such a good one. I actually like. This reminds me. I was with an ex-boyfriend and like at we were getting Mexican food, and his mom actually always had cards like this on her, and she would just pull one out and ask the entire family the question, which let me tell you, I was terrified. It was like my first time with them, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I was scared. But it was such a
So
beautiful way to get to know them.
that's cool. Yeah, I mean, with the happy hour edition, which you have in your hand, we thought of that exact situation. And anytime someone is pulling out a question and you don't know what's on the other side, it's natural to feel afraid. And we really hope that we nailed it with the happy hour edition in terms of like giving people questions that once they hear it, it really helps them to explore their dreams, their memories, their ambitions, the things that actually like make them happy from the inside out. And so it's just a really approachable way to start playing actually curious.
And I'm very curious, actually, about our your future deck. So it's called Our Futures. So can you tell me more about the Our Futures deck because I don't have it here in the studio right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I have it right here. It
Ooh,
is a
pretty.
beautiful teal color. It's our most recent deck. And we made this for young people. I myself, I have struggled with mental health and burnout. And from that place, I've invested a lot through the brand of Actually Curious and creating tools that help people to learn about their emotional well being and to invest in it. And I was really inspired by the rising mental health crisis among young people and wanted to create a tool to help with that. So it's a fun game, but the inspiration, everything we do has like a deep purpose, right?
I
So
love that.
I want everyone tuning in to also know about the purpose side. But the way that our future edition works is it actually has two levels, light and deep. And while you have me
Ooh.
here, I get to point out some of the special details, like the eye shapes on Actually Curious show you where you're at. So when the eyes are closed, you're in a lighter level. When they're wide open, you're in a deeper level. So
Ooh, that's so
basically, you can
interesting.
start light, and when you and your group feel ready to level up into the
Ooh.
deeper level, then you can.
Oh, that's
So, what do
fun.
you think? Should we try
So
one?
I think we should do a light and then a deep.
Okay, I agree. All right, so you're
Okay.
gonna go first this time. Is that cool, Renee?
Okay, yeah. Yes, start me off with light. I'm nervous.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so this is in the light level. You can see because the eyes are closed,
Okay.
but I'm looking at it. Maybe depending on the person, it might not be that light. So let's see how you
Oh
take it.
gosh.
The
Okay.
question is, how would your best friend describe you?
My best friend. I could pull up the text receipts right now. My best friend did the sweetest thing for me ever. Let me just get this. Her name is Sammy. She's my everything. But you know what she did for me? She got I'm a Leo, astrology book. And she had, like, it's like everything about Leos, you know? She went through and she highlighted things like that are like Leos are so, confident. And then she like
Uh,
put a post-it note and was like, your confidence inspires me so much. And like when I need to be confident, I think of you. And that is like the sweetest, sweetest gift I've ever
uh,
received. It was so like, it made me feel so seen. And she
uh,
just went through this entire book. It was like a 100-page book. I couldn't believe it. It was the sweetest thing ever.
that's so amazing.
Yeah, she's
Oh man,
perfect. Mm-hmm.
people,
So
it's
lucky.
so nice to be seen by people who care deeply about us and to also have that loving effect of both like seeing ourselves through their eyes, but also learning how they grow through knowing. Because like what I heard you say is that not only are you a Leo, which is cool to know because I'm a fire sign as well, but
Nice.
also that you are not only just confident, but your confidence inspires and supports your friends when they want to be confident. Your superpower helps them to tap into that when they need it.
Thank you. I'm blushing. That's so sweet. How about you? How would your best friend describe you?
So my best friend is my wife, and the way
Oh.
that she would probably describe me is as hyper creative, uh, really strategic, sometimes a little long winded, and uh, and also just like really passionate about what I do and bringing this empathy movement to the world.
Oh, that's so beautiful. Goals. Oh
It's like,
my
is that right?
gosh. Couples goals. Yes, that's amazing. Oh, I love that. How long have you guys been married?
We got married in 2021, so that is our our third
Third, yeah.
2022. Sorry,
Oh,
2022. So
nice.
our sorry, what is it? Then our third anniversary is coming up.
Aw, that's so beautiful. Well, I feel like I know you more
Second.
now, so we can just
Whoa.
go into the deeper. Let's do the
Yes.
deep card.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. All right. So, like I said, deeper level, it's a little bit darker and the
Mm-hmm.
eyes are wide open. And the question we have is, how does it feel to meet someone new for the first time?
Ooh. How does it
So it's a
feel to
little
meet
bit
someone
deeper.
new for the first time? Interesting. Okay. I'm trying to think of like when I met someone new for the first time. Recently. Ooh,
Do you
like
want me
how
to
does
go
it feel?
first? Okay,
Yeah,
you
you
got
go first. I'm excited to hear your answer.
it. Well, I'm an introvert, so I oftentimes actually start feeling the feelings of meeting new people for the first time before I even meet them.
Mm,
It
yeah.
sometimes feels like, nervousness, like butterflies in the
Mm-hmm.
stomach, and but usually as soon as I meet folks, I kind of drop right in and can release that feeling. It's taken actually like reflecting on knowing how I feel a lot to then like kind of evolve to a place where it doesn't bother me so much anymore. It doesn't really bother me at all anymore.
Oh, you're so self-aware. It's amazing that you know that. I feel like I feel really curious when I meet new people. Like I want to know everything about them. I'm very interested in them. I want to ask them a million questions, but I don't want to be too aggressive. But I love people, and I just want to get deep into their soul and ask them every question from the happiest hour deck because it's 30% off today only. And you can get 30% off all the decks, and the shipping's free always on Soon. We love that. Oh,
No, man, we
and
love soon.
now we love Soon. We love Soon. Soontastic. Yay! And we have a third card game that is 30% off, and it's the human rights game. So I want to get into that. So there's 53 cards. Also, yeah, there's so many cards in here. Like, there's so many cards. So we have 53 cards, and this. When would you play the human rights game?
Okay. So the Human Rights Edition is not the easiest deck. You can see the eyes are wide open. We
Very
created
deep.
this edition with 50 thought leaders across human rights to help us find our
Wow.
blind spots, right? So the Human Rights Edition is for the person who's ready to dive into the most challenging but important questions that face us. It's for your friend or the individual who's passionate about social justice, who's passionate
Mm-hmm.
about equality.
Wow.
But it's also for folks who are facilitating work that helps individuals who aren't as comfortable, who feel those butterflies when these topics come up, or like you felt when you were at the dinner table. I was curious, like how intense the question was, but this deck is about purpose, right?
Ooh.
So if that's a part of your core values, or you're hosting an event that is about that, or you're hosting an experience for your family or for your friends, or maybe even for your colleagues, that's about going deeper and finding our blind spots, then the Human Rights Edition is for you.
Pull this up at Thanksgiving. That's what you want to do with the family, Christmas, Thanksgiving. It's the card deck you bring out. So this has input from psychologists, journalists, crisis negotiators. That really blew my mind. Game developers, culture creators, and industry experts to teach the tools of empathy through playing. And I feel like empathy is something that we always need to be working on to learn. It's like we should strengthen. It's like a muscle that we just always need to be improving and strengthen, and something we don't really think about. So, shall we get into it?
Sure. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Ah,
So
okay. Ready? Should we do it the
are
same
you
way?
pulling this at random?
Yeah, so I have it. Yeah, I'm like, should I,
Okay.
was I, oh, are you
All right.
prepared? You can ask yours
No, no,
first.
I did it. I did it because I thought you were gonna pull this one. So let's just see where we shall go. There. Stop.
Right here. How does race, class, and gender affect how laws are enforced? This is a great
Okay.
question.
Am I going first?
You're going first, yes. I mean, I
Okay.
have stories. Get into it.
Well, race, class, and gender, how does it affect how laws are enforced? Um, I mean, look, where I want to go with this question at this moment is essentially to say how I, as a black man who presents young, feels about the law enforcement system. A black man who comes from a lower middle class and grew up in a low income community. You know, I don't feel protected necessarily by the law enforcement system. Even if I'm like tapping in to ask for help, I'm actually hesitant to ask for help because I have this like low lying subconscious fear, unfortunately, that somehow it's going to turn around and it's going to be my fault. And that feels, as a taxpayer, as an American, as a law-abiding citizen, as someone who's investing in empathy and making the world a safer environment for everyone who's in it. I look at like how I feel related to law enforcement, and I want to do something to assure that um, others don't have to feel, because I know others feel the same way that I do, that others don't have to feel that way.
Wow. Yeah. Others feeling that way, yeah, you don't want that. And I think that everything you're doing is really incredible, and spreading empathy and that awareness is such a good step forward. And I think it's something that we can all learn and just strengthen in ourselves to just be better people and better people in our community. Yeah. Yeah,
So are you gonna answer that one, or are you
yeah,
gonna
I
do
am
one
going to
more?
answer
Okay,
that
cool.
one. I am going to answer that one.
Okay,
I have an
good.
opinion. Well, it's sad, you know? So I'm like, I don't,
Yeah,
it's a bummer. Okay, I'll just tell
yeah.
the
Take
truth.
your time.
Okay,
Take your time.
so like my cousin was murdered and he had some drug addiction issues and they didn't want to investigate the case or really look into it because they just assumed it was drug and gang related and they were just like it felt like oh just another
Mm,
number almost, you know what I mean? And
yeah,
that was really hurtful. So my family had to really, push for him and like, represent him and like, push for him to get justice. And and then another very close friend of mine was murdered. And because of his race, they assumed that he was in a gang. And it was the same thing. They just wanted to push it aside and they acted like it was just another number. And our
yeah,
group of friends really had to push for him and push that like this case, and we're still dealing with it. It's awful. And push that the case gets, heard and he gets his justice. And it's
yeah.
very difficult, especially when, his family doesn't speak English. And so it's just, it's so easy for, you know, the law
Yeah,
and the system to just push things aside. If you don't speak English, if they assume you're in a gang, if it's drug related.
totally.
And so you really have to fight.
If
You
you're not
really have
wealthy.
to
Mm.
represent, your friends and family and push for them to get the justice that they deserve. So there's my
Yeah,
little
that's
trauma dump.
amazing. No, you know what? Here's we created the space for it, right? And we worked up to
Yes.
a place where you and I we could engage in that rapport, even though we just met literally minutes ago. And
Hmm.
then also like hopefully our watchers, our viewers feel the same way, like they were ready for this. And by the way, I'm sorry that your family is working through that. Unfortunately, I do unfortunately have also gun trauma issues that have happened in my family. And the thing is many people who may view this do as well and don't know that, you can create the right container and you can get support, you know, not to do a shameless plug as well, but that's partially why we are here. But you can get support through people or through games like Actually Curious to create the container to explore that. But I just want to really applaud you and applaud Soon for creating the container that we could work our way up and have like not a BS conversation. Like we could actually pull at random, not filter it, go into the human rights edition and have a meaningful conversation that we needed to share, get little bits of healing from sharing that, but also that others may get little bits of healing from getting to listen to that as well.
Right. I never tell anyone about this. Like ever. I never like
Yeah,
no one knows about that. So I mean, yeah, you obviously create a very safe space, even just virtually. I know you're in Florida, so it feels like you're so close even though you're so far. You've created a safe space and I really appreciate it. I had no idea I'd be sharing that today. So this is just so much fun. You know what? I'm just going to start going on dates and just bring out these cards. Let me see. Let's just deep
yeah.
dive, Let's just fall in love immediately. Let's just get the questions going. 6 a.m. I have questions. I'm nobody's piece. So I am just, if you aren't sold on these cards yet, I mean, they're obviously incredible. They're very opening. This would be, it's really sometimes hard to get close to people in your family as well. I feel like there's always those people that you always see and you're just like, love you, but like you never really have those deep conversations. This would be a great way to start. Pull these cards out at family functions, when you're with coworkers, friends. I mean, this is so smart. I would just keep a pack in my bag, honestly. That's what I would do. Yeah, I would actually just have all three in my bag. You can have one in your pocket, one in your other pocket, and then one in your bag. And they're all 30% off today, so you don't even have to choose. Like, just all three, and shipping's free. Yay! Oh, Thank you
Yeah.
so much for joining us. This was so much fun,
Yeah,
so
thank you.
eye-opening. I learned so much
Yeah,
about you and
super fun.
myself. And again, I have been thinking about these cards for so long. I'm so happy that I think I manifested this. Oops, that the deal of the day would come back. So get your cards. Don't make the mistakes I did. I love these. I'm getting all three. Thank you so much, Michael. It
Yeah,
was
thank you,
so great
Renee.
talking to you.
Super fun. Yeah, thank you
So
for going
fun.
for it.
Thanks. Oh, yeah, the blue ones. I love those.